Hello, everybody. I'm Pilar Archila with Pure Gold. Have two special guests here with me. I have Miss Jennifer Bryant, Oconee EMC.
Yes, ma'am.
And I have Bucky Dixon, Morris Bank.
Yes.
How are you doing this afternoon, I guess?
Good, thank you.
Doing great.
Okay, good. Well, let me tell you something. I'm very excited to have both of you here because we're going to be talking about it's not really a very new program, but the ambassador program for the Chamber of Commerce is back.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's actually exciting. To me, it's very exciting because a few years back, in 2004, I was one of the ambassadors, and I really enjoy working for the Chamber. Mm-hmm. And I know that you guys are the very first group of people being ambassadors, and I would love to talk to you about how that had not really changed your lives, but what can an ambassador program bring to both of you?
Okay.
I want to start with Jennifer. I do know you work for Oconee EMC.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's tell us what is it that you do there?
I've been with Oconee EMC for 11 years now, and I'm their Member Services Director. So I handle marketing, public relations, economic development, government relations, those sort of things.
When you mentioned economic development, I remember we did, it was a year.
It was.
On economic development, it was
The academy.
It was an academy.
Yes, ma'am.
We had so much fun.
We did. That was a few years ago, though.
It was a few years ago, but the neat thing was that we got to know other counties in the South, and
we got to go visit those counties.
Yes, and see their chamber and you know what they were doing, and it was so much fun.
Right.
It was.
I enjoyed that.
Quite back because you were pregnant back then.
I was with my oldest.
Yeah, and he's so big now.
He's 9.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you work for Oconee, and you are now an ambassador also for our chamber.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how you end up being an ambassador.
How I wound up being an ambassador? I've had some dealings with Heath, with the Pilot Club. He came and spoke to our group, and just trying to introduce him to other people in the community and just get to know him a little bit better, being in the position that he's in. And he kind of brought it to my attention that this is something that we're going to do, and it would be a great opportunity. And so I read a little bit more about it, and I thought that it would be a great fit, and that would give me an opportunity to meet more of the leaders and the businesses in Laurens County and forge that connection between the chamber and the local businesses and the people in the community. So for me personally, it was just a win-win situation.
Yeah, well that's great. Now Bucky, let's talk about you.
Okay.
You are working with Morris Bank.
Yes, I'm a a consumer banker.
And you've been with Morris for how long?
Almost 6 years now.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, so I taught a Spanish class at Morris, so you were not there.
I was not there then. No.
Then you were working someplace else. Well, you missed a wonderful class, let's put it that way.
I was actually working with Jennifer at Oconee EMC.
I know because I also taught a class there.
Yes, yes.
All right. Tell me a little bit your experience with the ambassador program. I mean, who actually talked to you about joining?
It was kind of neat. Heath came by the bank right after he became head of the chamber.
Right.
And not long after that, the idea of the ambassador program to be revitalized came up. And he was kind of in the office one day and challenged some of us to step up and re-engage in this class and become part of it. And being what I do in retail banking and community banker, it sounded interesting. It was a good niche, it really is.
I think it's great. And again, I know that you guys have been, if not all your life, a long time here in this area.
Yes, ma'am.
what about you? Are you from Lawrence County?
Not originally. I call it my home now, of course.
Sounds like me.
Right. My family moved here when I was 5 years old from Sandersville, Georgia. So I've been here, gosh, all of my
Most
life.
of your life.
It really is home. So, but we go back to Sandersville from time to visit.
I go almost every month to court. What about you?
My family moved here in '03. So we moved from Gordon, Wilkinson County,
Oh, yeah.
which is not very far of a transition.
That's
so
right.
I do get to go home a good bit and luckily the bank has an office there in Gordon now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It works well to be able to cross over with the folks I know.
And you're married?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we're coming up on our 11th anniversary
Oh.
in a few weeks. Yes, ma'am.
And
we're-
two beautiful boys?
Yes, ma'am. Parker is 9 and Caleb is 6.
Time flies.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Your children have exactly the same age of my grandchildren.
Really?
My grandson turned 9 this past weekend, and my granddaughter, she's 5 going on 6 next weekend.
Wow.
May babies. And are you married?
I am. My wife Kim is the children's director at Pine Forest,
Okay.
full-time children's minister, and I have 3 children. I have a 19-year-old Walker who's at Georgia Southern. I have a 16-year-old at Trinity, Garrett, and my youngest son is Braden. He is 12.
3 boys.
Yes. So we have 5 boys amongst us.
Well,
Little
I have
baby.
3 boys too, so there's no girls in here.
No.
We all have just boys. Are they wonderful?
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Wouldn't
Yes.
change a thing.
I know. I feel the same way. Well, going back to the ambassador program, last time I talked to someone about this program, I understand that you get a list of companies that you visit, but you don't get to choose what companies.
Right.
Just a little bit, if you can, Bucky, if you can tell me your experience. Is your list had people you knew? Is this something that you just
Probably
met people?
60% of my list I did know, and
Okay.
it's been neat communicating with the business and the business owners in that capacity, and the ones I don't know, it's been fun getting to know them.
That is great. And in your case, Jennifer?
It's about the same. I already knew a fair amount of people in Dublin, Lawrence County, but it's been a true pleasure to get to know the ones that were on my list that I did not know, and even businesses that I may not have been aware that were
Absolutely.
in the community.
Yeah.
So it's been a great opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, we're going to take a little short break. And for all of you out there, stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks.
The Ice House is a beautifully restored warehouse in downtown Dublin that mixes Southern grace and history with an urban modern flair. Book your next special event today at 278-7224. The Ice House, downtown Dublin.
Thank you for staying with us. I'm still here talking with good friends, Jennifer Bryant and Bucky Dixon. And we're talking about our ambassador program with the Chamber of Commerce. And if you are a business owner and one of our ambassadors stop by and visit, enjoy, because they have lots of things to tell you about our chamber. Because this is a very new program, I imagine that you have not been meeting for that long or many meetings. I understand that you had one first meeting where you guys met. What happened in that very first meeting when you all got there?
Well, as a team starts to form together, you really have to get to know each other. And so we did have a lot of team building exercises just to kind of break down the ice and the barrier so we could get to know each other, so we could work as a cohesive group.
Now, did you know everybody there, or it was one of those things that, I'm going to meet a lot of people here?
Some of both people. It was kind of interesting. I knew probably 95% of the people in the room, and it was kind of interesting how we all kind of sat beside each other, and the first thing they did was had our notebook with names in them, and we had to exchange to find the person that we were associated with, and that was really a fun way to start the meeting, and interchange with the different our different ambassador friends.
Yeah, did you know people in there?
I did, and I didn't know everyone. And some of them that I did know, I have heard of them in the community and whatnot. So for those individuals, it was really nice to put a face with a name. So, but
That's
like
right.
Bucky, around 95%.
Yeah, that's right. Sometimes you talk to people, I mean, over and over on the phone or something, and never met them in person.
Right.
And it's fun to meet the people. And that went on the very first meeting, you know, breaking the ice, meeting each other and all that. What happened in the second? Now, I guess in the first meeting you got your list of companies.
We did.
Yeah.
Ah.
We did.
When you went home, what were you thinking with your list?
Well, the first thing I did was just skim through the list to see who I knew, who I didn't know, who was maybe close to me in proximity to where
Right.
I work or where I live. And then I kind of categorized it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of a crazy person. I put everything in an Excel format just so I can sort through it better.
Organized.
Well, and along that same thing, you also kind of want to have a record in your brain of who
Yes.
your contact points are in case you see them out about. You can kind of, hey, how you doing? And
I'm going
I
to
haven't
be
had-
calling
haven't-
you.
Yeah, I hadn't had an actual physical phone call or official visit, but just give you a heads up, you'll be getting one from me or someone else. But it's kind of neat to associate the names with the faces and the voices and that kind of stuff. You know?
Well, and Randy Jackson,
Oh, my
Bass
gosh.
Physical Therapy, is the sponsor of the Ambassador Program this year. So he and Heath Taylor, the president of the Chamber of Commerce, of course, lead our group. And so we have different checkpoints throughout the month. We meet once a month. But some of the checkpoints are, okay, who's contacted so many people on their list, or who has done X, Y, and Z. And then they'll send us pictures just so we can still recognize our team.
So everything is done by email? I
Well,
guess?
our meetings are not, but we do a lot of
Those
email
checkpoints?
exchanges. Yes, ma'am. Just to try to see where we're at in the month, you know, between
That's
our
probably
meeting
like
times.
twice a week, actually,
Yeah.
versus every now and then.
But they,
So you cannot just sit back
No,
and
this is
relax.
very-
You have to
yeah.
just
This
go.
This is a little due diligence on.
it's a very active
And
program.
with us being the new team of ambassadors, it's all brand new to all of us.
Yes.
And being 20, I think there's 25 of us in the group, and we have almost 500 members in the chamber.
Yes,
So, you know, we have 20 to 25
each one.
each that we're contacting. So,
And go ahead. There's a bit of healthy competition
Oh, yeah.
in the group
Yes.
too.
There is.
Randy likes to issue challenges to
Oh,
us.
doesn't surprise me.
I know. So, and that's fun too because it is healthy competition and everything is done in good spirit. So it kind of pushes us all to do better and get out there and do a good job at what we do for the chamber.
Yes. Oh, goodness. And I think also for the companies, it's good that the chamber is keeping in touch with them. And it's not like, oh, I'm a member of the chamber, but who knows? I mean,
Right.
does the chamber know me? Well, this way, the chamber is in touch. The chamber contact them, and through you, I imagine, if they have any complaints or questions or something, through you, you can just bring that to your meetings and.
Right, and that is, I'm glad you mentioned that. That
Yeah.
was some of what our second group session was about. We had lunch and just went over a few topics of the new member packet for the Chamber of Commerce. Were there any questions that the chamber members had, or did they have anything to say that
Right.
maybe we could do better or that we're doing a good job on? So during the first month, our charge was to contact all of our members
Yeah.
and then bring back to the table what we've learned from our members.
I imagine also.
Well,
Go
I was gonna say,
ahead.
something interesting happened between our initial meeting and our first meeting.
Yes.
We actually had 5 ribbon cuttings.
Oh,
And,
Oh, my
and
gosh.
a business after hours and a business for breakfast. So
yes.
we were busy as a team, and it was a lot of fun to reconnect that soon afterwards. And that's what Jennifer was talking about the pictures and that kind of stuff was, once you take the group picture, Randy would send it out and say, how many of you can name your fellow ambassadors and that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So,
Well, and at the same time, even though you have been members of the Chamber of Commerce for many, many years, I've seen you guys in Business After Hours, I've seen you guys out and about, but you learn more about the Chamber,
Right.
even though you thought you knew. And there's, I bet, a lot of stuff that you go, oh, this is great, you know.
Yes, well, for me, and I'm sure for Bucky as well, when we became ambassadors, we took a sort of ownership in the chamber and in what we do.
Yeah.
And so that way we can better educate the members and the community of all the benefits of being a chamber member. And
Exactly.
so for us, even though we were a part and we thought we knew, when you take ownership of something, it changes the game.
I know.
So it has really been beneficial for me, definitely.
Yeah. And what are your feelings about, you know, the whole?
one thing I've really enjoyed is the network side of it, both professionally and personally. The people I did know, reconnecting with them, allows them to know I'm with Morris Bank now and not what I was doing prior, and it gets me in some doors I've never been in before.
Yeah.
As well as opportunities to communicate with others. Business After Hours is fun because we challenge our contacts to show
That's
up at
right.
the meeting, and if we have never met, we'd either like to meet you at your business or meet you at Business After Hours or other chamber events.
Absolutely.
Yes. The chamber has recently updated their website. I don't know if you were
Yes.
familiar with that. And that's one of the things we're also talking about with the ambassadors is how can our members associate better with the chamber and promote themselves, promote their business.
Absolutely.
And that's probably been the neatest thing I've learned is the connectivity there of how to get our smaller business connected to the community.
Yeah, that's
Because they
good.
a lot of times are in the store all day working, and don't have
Absolutely.
time to
Yeah.
get out and promote it or
And
whatnot.
promote and
Yeah.
do other things. Well, we're going to take another short break. We'll be right back.
If you're considering buying or selling property in Middle Georgia, the Kite Law Firm is dedicated to providing you with a professional and very comfortable real estate closing experience. Emily Kite has over a decade of successful real estate practice in our community. The Kite Law Firm specializes in residential and commercial real estate closings. Log on to kitelawfirm.com or call 275-4572 today. The Kite Law Firm, located on the second floor of the historical Fred Roberts Hotel in the heart of downtown Dublin.
Thank you for staying with us. We continue to talk about our Chamber of Commerce. It's really a learning process being an ambassador. Even though we thought we knew everything that we need to know about our chamber. And what other things, Jennifer, you think that is very important, you know, for the people that watch our show to be a member of the chamber?
Well, as Bucky was mentioning earlier, the website now offers so many different avenues to get the word out to the rest of the membership of what's going on at your business or on your side of the community. So that, and as also smaller businesses may not have the time to invest in the networking and knowing about different bills that are coming through in Georgia or on the national side at that point. So that's also something that the Chamber of Commerce can do for you.
Exactly.
And they can educate you along the way. So for the smaller businesses that may not have that manpower or the time,
Right.
the Chamber of Commerce can do it for you.
Exactly. And Bucky, talking about membership, who can join the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, of course, it's open to all business in Lawrence County, but some people realize that we actually have some individual members as
That's
well.
right.
If you have one employee, if you have 10,000 employees, you can definitely have a voice with the Chamber of Commerce by your membership.
Or even if it's just you without, just as an individual without a company,
Right.
and you feel like you would like to be more involved with your community, you can just join the chamber.
Yes, ma'am. And the Chamber also offers, and they just finished one last week, but it's Membership 101. It will educate you on all the things that you can, that will benefit you
Exactly.
as being a chamber member. And they do a lot of community outreach, community forums, and whatnot. So they're getting out and about.
Exactly, and very soon we're going to do the appreciation.
Yes, the industry appreciation is coming up in the 1st of June. And that's always a big event.
It's a great event.
It'll be held at Dublin Country Club, and what a great day
Golf
to
and I mean, there's all kinds of
come
things.
about
Right,
and
right.
Just enjoy the camaraderie of the community coming together as
Yeah.
business people. So
And Business After Hours is coming up
yes,
also.
that's normally
Every month we have the business after hours, and I encourage all of you to join the chamber, to be a part of our wonderful community, and to get to know these wonderful people here. Well, for me it's been great having both of you here.
Thank you.
I have known you for many years, and it's always great to sit down and talk and see this wonderful program, you know, launch here again in Dublin. That is so great.
Yes, ma'am.
And I would love for maybe later on, a year or so, to tell me exactly what happened afterwards with this wonderful program.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see what all it has in store.
Yes, yes. Well, thanks again for both of you, and to all of you out there, thank you so much, and until next time.